Cavalier holding on to their lead atop of the Jamaica Premier League, dumping Port Royal United 2-0. A tough battle between Harbourview and the Milans United closed out Sunday's doubleheader at the Ashley Stadium. In a close battle for top spot, Arnett Gardens keep Cavalier in sights after their stoppage time win against Dunby Holing to put them back level on points. And another game week, another Shaquille Bradford strike, earning Waterhouse another victory, leaping Port Royal United for the final playoff spot with 3 match weeks to go. Welcome to JPL 30, the highlights show for the Jamaica Premier League. Cavalier enjoyed an emphatic and comfortable victory over Port Royal United on Sunday, Colin Anderson adding one more to his tally, 16 goals so far as the league's leading goal scorer. Portmore were outdone as Cavalier were able to contain and restrict their movement, nullifying their attacking threat. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Lee J. Williams were in the commentary box.
Welcome back to the Asher Stadium for an afternoon of football here this wonderful Sunday. And it's Cavalier up against Portmore United. We're talking about the battle of first place against 6th place. It's time to take a look at the starting lineups for both these teams. And for Cavalier in particular, it's a back three that we're familiar with. Giovanni Leng, Richard King, Kyle Ming in front of goalkeeper Vina Bartlett, the St. Lucian. In the middle of the park, Mackinson Cadet will play on the right-hand side. Christopher Ainsworth will play on the left. Gadale Irving, Nikashe Murray will hold it down behind Dwayne Atkinson, who will be in an advanced role. Behind the strikers, Colin Anderson with 15 to his name so far, and beside him, the return of Ronaldo Webster in that striker's role. Portmore United, they do have 3 at the back now with Amina Rousseau, Rudolph Austin and Stephen Young in front of goalkeeper Benjamin Williams. In the middle of the park, Hakeem Mullings on the left, Alvarez Myers, the utility player on the right, and in the middle, Seal Knight, Jaheen Rose and Lamar Walker. Behind the strikers, Siobhan Walsh and Alex Marshall. As we take a look at the full-time highlights in this one, lovely ball over the top from Dwayne Atkinson to Colin Anderson, and what a finish that was. Benjamin Williams is off his line, but Anderson applied the delicate lob to get his 16th goal this season, and Cavalier with the advantage in the first half. Clean finish. The ball flicked over, almost miscommunication between Young and Williams. And then Webster again looking to get Atkinson involved. That went well over the top. Big opportunity here for Siobhan Walsh. Banging that one onto the crossbar, almost the posted stamp. And the equaliser for Portmore United. Almost. Walsh was looking for his 5th goal this season. They applied so much pressure in the closing stages of that first half. Steve Young's header going straight to Vina Bartlett. And Webster, what a game he had, and what a ball that was. And Ainsworth, getting his 2nd goal of the season, showed the composure there, got by Benjamin Williams, and look at the finish, right into the corner. That was simply wonderful, and Cavalier for 2 goals to the good. Home United tried to get something back. This one blasted wide by Rudolph Austin, but that was the end of the game.
Well, it's a great feeling to know that still at the top of the table with a good victory, but it was a hard task, to come out here and get a 2 goals and 3 points. But my performance was very excellent for me.
You score a lot of goals, but you assist them as well. That pass today to Colin Anderson, that synergy that you have with him as your teammate, is it just that you know that he's going to be in that spot, so you just put it over there?
Well, honestly, it's a trademark, that me and him have a good combination from training coming up. So I always tell him that always check before you run and look over your shoulder, and we just know to play it over the top and just good finish from him.
Yeah, I think the guys did well today in terms of the time that we spent on the football. Was rather disappointed the way both goals were scored though, because those are areas that we worked on all week, and very disappointed giving up goals in those areas that we have worked so hard on.
Yeah, I assume that you would have worked hard on the transition aspect, Colin Anderson getting in behind How did you feel that your team and your defense especially broke down to allow those goals to happen?
As I said, that's two areas that we worked on, the transition with Colin and the space behind our defense line and our 18-yard area. And to see us giving up a goal like that on something that we had worked is very disappointed.
Definitely. Difficult condition, pitch difficult, 3 o'clock is difficult. Portmore is a difficult team with the best defense. So today our plan was to be resolute at the back. Didn't give them any look at our goals and then take what we got. Unfortunately, Colin continued to score, Dwayne Atkinson continued to assist, and then the young sensation, Christopher Yensworth, 17 years of age, best 17-year-old in the league, came up chumps, beat the goalkeeper, very composed. That was a delight to watch.
Yeah, it was a delightful goal, but although that Dwayne Atkinson got the man of the match, your defenders, they were extremely resolute, as you mentioned. Your centre-backs, I'm sure it's a joy for you to have 3 centre-backs that you can call upon every single week to put in performances like that.
Oh, definitely, but we lost our way a little bit and we went back and work on the defensive structure. We're conceding set play, we're also conceding some goals. But we worked on it, and yeah, they have made improvements.
There was chaos in the second of Sunday's doubleheader between Harbourview and Milans United. For the first 15 minutes, there was a clash of kits. The game was subsequently paused and was restarted, with Milans United sporting a different coloured jersey. It was a tough contest that had 2 brilliant goals and many other spilled chances. And after full time, both teams were satisfied with getting a point from this encounter. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Lee J. Williams were in the commentary box.
Hello and welcome to the Ashenheim Sports Complex here, the home of Jamaica College. And we are standing by for the second game of the doubleheader between Harbourview FC and Milans United. Let's take a look at the starting lineup of the Harbourview team. Anthony Bennett is back between the sticks. The back four of Odin Harding, Ryan Wellington, Charlie Talbot and Romain Brackenridge in the middle of the park. Kassim Priestley, Jajon Anglin and Demar Rose up front. Krista J. Daly, Colorado Murray and O'Shane Staple. And this is the starting lineup for Milans United. Peter Harrison between the sticks, Damian Thomas, Taraj Andrews, Janoy Cunningham and Sir Jeannie Frankson, the back four. In the middle of the park, Javon Brown, Jeremy Nelson and Tyrese Winter. Up front, Nicholas Nelson, Jason Wright and Shamario Dennis. Well, let's take a look at the full-time highlights here. There was a kit clash, but we actually played 50 minutes in this game with the kit clash. And there were a couple of chances. This one put over the top by Milans United. And then look at the amount of space that Demar Rose had here. And Rose putting it over the top. What a chance that was. Then they changed kits after a 28-minute break. And Staples swinging that one across the face of goal. And again, it was Rose inside the box, couldn't quite do a lot with it. Then Harrison coming out of his area, losing possession. Harding feeding it at the feet of Murray. Then Rose got involved. And then Jashawn Anglin's shot. Well, you can see the reaction there from London Bernard. And then this happened. The headbutt seen by referee Mason. There was a motion there, a little motion there, and that was said to be enough for the red card. You all can be the judge of it. Bone sent to the edge of the box. A chance for Krista J. Daly, who did well, but it was adjudged to have been a handled ball there. And then this from Jashawn Anglin, wide of the mark. There was a touch from Peter Harrison there. And then Harding setting up Lewis. Lewis inside the area. Murray trying to turn that away. There will be another combination that will prove to be more successful as Javon Brown's effort, just missing the target. And then this, Delson right on the doorstep, applying the finish. Lovely dink inside. Damian Thomas kept it alive. And then Jeremy Nelson. Wonderful finish. A real poacher's goal for Nelson, his 4th this season. And also getting his 4th this season, Colorado Murray. What a ball that was from Timar Lewis. It's the combination that I was speaking about. It worked on this occasion. It's a peach of a delivery from Lewis, finding Murray. And Murray really could not make no mistake as he went on the end of that one. And Harborview could have won it, but Jay Smith couldn't convert. Colorado Murray finding Jonoy Cunningham on the line. Harborview could have won it there. The keeper was off his line, but Cunningham was on the line. Cannot believe that Harborview was the team down to 10 players, and they've earned a point in the end.
I'm just happy that we came out with a positive result, because the game, as you can see, the game could have ended with a loss for us. And really and truly, I'm very happy that we got something from the game tonight.
Do you think that that's a performance that champions are made of? When your back's against the wall, you get the result?
Yes, that's definitely a performance that could emulate a championship team. You know, we are down, but we didn't give up. We stayed, stick to the task and fight all the way through, and we were rewarded with a goal. So that's a championship performance.
Very crazy game. Well done by our team. You know, they put in a workmanlike shift. You know, end-to-end action. That is the type of game that we expect tonight. But well done. We came away with a positive one as a point.
After the red card, I assume that you would have wanted the team to try and get a little bit more control over the game, but it was still very chaotic.
No, you still want to get 10 man. Sometimes 10 man is better than 11. But you know, quality team like Harborview, they're going to adjust. But our team, we did well. We did well going forward. Said we getting chances.
There was some frustration boiling over with your team, members of your team after the game. How do you plan to keep them focused for the rest of the season?
You know, these are professional players. You know, the ego. You know, they want to win, and that is a mentality. They're good. You know, they watch what is happening. You know, players want to win, and that is the spirit.
Yeah, well, the important thing is that we showed some good mettle in the latter part. You know, despite the odds of some real incompetence. You know, but I don't want to go down that road. I just want to commend the boys for the effort and the fight back. And I think tactically we were probably getting it right to the point where we got an equalizer. And I'm just unfortunate that the last kick of the game we couldn't really get it wide off the goalkeeper.
There was an interesting tactical change you made that I want to ask you about. Unfortunately, you were sent off, so you couldn't play the rest of the game. But what were your thoughts to play Demar Rose more on the right-hand side as opposed to taking him from the middle?
It's not a matter of playing on the right hand, you know. Just a little bout of probably interchanging going on out there between himself and Colorado and Staple to some extent, you know. And that's why I had to address it at the half-time break and insist that he stays inside. And Colorado stays up front, you know. We really did settle in the game, but I think today we lacked that real extra punch to really go for it, and we didn't really realize what was happening until Milans scored their goal, or until Milans scored.
This is highlights from Matchweek 23. We take a break. JPL in 30. We will be right back. Welcome back to JPL in 30 with highlights from Matchweek 23. The Junglists Arnett Gardens came out the hungriest of the two in the first encounter of Monday night's doubleheader at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex. Arnett Gardens challenging for top spot at home, while Dunbeholden chasing a few teams for the final playoff spot. With all that was at stake, it was always going to be an intense battle. Both teams kept knocking the door, but Fabian Reed, arguably the best poacher in the league, knocked the loudest the final time in extra time for the win. Although Arnett and Cavalier are leveled on points, Cavalier remains on top with a +4 goal difference. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were the commentary duo to call this game.
Head to Monday Night Football and the first game of the doubleheader on this afternoon involving the host Arnett Gardens against Dunby Holden. As we take a look at the starting lineup for Arnett Gardens, Eric Edwards returns between the sticks. Phil on the wing, Earl Simpson, Joel Cunningham and Shanoy Evans. The back four, Marlon Martin, Romeo Guthrie, Jakeem Thomas in the middle of the park. Shea Smith and Kimani Arboyne will flank the striker. Marlon Allen as Fabian Reed starts this game on the bench. Damien Hyatt is between the sticks for Dunby Holden. In front of him, Ricardo Thomas, Zakia Wilkes, O'Dane Samuels and Akima Jones. In the middle of the park, Stephen Williams, Shakeen Powell, Nikoi Christian and Malachi Douglas behind the strikers, Stephen Barnett and Peter McGregor. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, and this was a close one for Dunby Holden. Barnett heading it over the bar, and then Ricardo Thomas sending this one inside the area, and the resulting effort drifting wide. Okira Jones there was really involved in several of the attacks, and then Smith in behind, and Damien Hyde with a wonderful save. The follow from Jaheim Thomas cracking the crossbar, and then ball sent the cross, and Smith with the effort, and Hyatt again in the way. Martin again finding Smith, and that was a fantastic block from O'Dane Samuels. The Dunby Holden defenders really came to the part here. Here's the ball inside the area. Barnett trying the spectacular inside the box. Didn't quite come off, and then Williams cracking that one, and a fantastic save from Eric Edwards. And then Arnett Gardens with the corner kick there, sent inside, and Allen hitting the post. Big chance there. Allen in behind, and it struck the woodwork. Damari Deacon was absolute live wire when he came on the park. Reed with an opportunity here, decided to leave it or set up Guthrie. Didn't quite work out, although that combination will come into play a little bit later on. Deacon again, absolutely wonderful, pulled it back, and the resulting effort forced a save from Hyatt. And then the flag going up against Dean Andre Thomas there, who thought he was through on goal. And then the combination I told you about, wing initially, then Guthrie across the area, and Fabian Reed was there to tuck it home. Oh, he's been the poacher of the season, and another goal from close range, but ever the man to be on the spot at the right time, at the best time for Arnett Gardens to get the 3 points for his team, and aren't they ecstatic right at the death. Arnett Gardens with the win.
We said this win, is a big win, you understand, because as you can see, we have pressure upon we, you understand. We play underneath pressure, we used to it, you understand. So we just tell ourselves, so we have come out since night, and we have fight to the end, and then we get the victory.
And for you to find the winner, not only at 31 years of age, your experience, but to wear the captain's armband as well, how big is the feeling in front of your Junglist fans?
Yeah, it's a good feeling, you understand, because over the years, you understand, me I deliver for Arnett Garden. So we're in the captain, but it didn't change anything. I think it only push the younger guys more, you understand? Yeah, so that is it still.
And from a personal standpoint, this is your second best scoring season, 16 your best before, now you have 14. How many more in those red boots?
You know, so we're not really set a target for say we are going to score this. We just want to keep on scoring goal. Any moment it stop, it just stop. You understand? Because the moment I start think about say I score 20 goals for the season, yeah, it no work. You understand? So we just play natural. Goals comes, it just comes natural.
Well, it's a very tough one. I mean, we were very competitive throughout the game. We had a better position of play, and we created chances. Just lack of concentration in the dying moment that cost us the game. It's just so unfortunate.
Assess the rest of the game for me, because for a lot of the game I thought Dunby Holden had the better chances and were looking more dangerous going forward.
Yeah, we created numerous chances. It's just unfortunate that we were not able to score. We were hoping to have won this game because we came here knowing that this would have been a tough test, and we competed well. And we were looking forward for the victory. And if we couldn't win, we were hoping that we could have at least stopped them from scoring and we would have gotten a draw. Just unfortunate that we didn't do that. We just have to go back and try our last 3 games and see where it leads us.
Time of the season, everybody hunting points for a semi-final berth, you know. So it's good to get the win, but I'm still, disappointed in the way we play, you know. We're still impatient in terms of up front, we keep giving out the football, indecisive passes, Could have hurt us,
Well, Dumbleholden did hurt you earlier this season. They beat you by 4-2. So to come back here and get the win, even though it wasn't pretty, it must still be relieving.
Oh, it's relieving us to get the 3 points, because when you see the points standing, teams are really creeping up. So to get these points, it's good, that 3 points. But in terms of playing, I'm satisfied now.
Having seen Portmore United losing to Cavalier on Sunday, Waterhouse knew that a win would put them back into the playoff spot. Waterhouse came out firing and missing a few chances created before Shaquille Bradford slots one home at the front post that would turn out to be the lone goal of the game. Waterhouse now in 6th place, 2 points ahead of Portmore United and 5 ahead of Dunbeholden, the only 2 teams that are in distance to catch them. Here are the highlights. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were also in commentary duties for this encounter.
Hello and welcome back to the Anthony Sports Complex as we are here for Monday Night Football. And Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens will be the teams on centre stage here in the community of Arnett Gardens. And we are looking forward to this fixture. Let's take a look at the Tivoli Gardens starting lineup. They will be playing with a back 3 Tivoli. Kemong Watkins will be between the sticks. Barrington Price, Christopher Matthews, Kevin Pilgrim, the back 3. Remember, there's no Odin Pennycook. He's still suspended. In the middle of the park, Keita Simpson, Anthony Thompson, Kevin Garnett and Alton Lewis. And up front, Siobhan McCain, Nicalia Fuller and Tommy Lawrence.
And let's see if this team can make the most of it, Waterhouse.
Yep, Kemar Foster between the sticks. They have a back 4 of Damian Binns, Keita Simpson, Romain Blake and Rohan Beadle at right back in the middle of the park. Ramon Howell, Shamar Booth, Donata Thomas and Kenwar Howell behind Shaquille Bradford and Andre Fletcher. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here. Ball played inside the area, right across the face of goal. And another opportunity here that was taken this time by Shaquille Bradford. Wonderful ball from Fletcher. And Bradford with the finish. It was afforded time and space inside the box, and a good finish though. Had to put it away. They enjoyed that. Lawrence plays this one out wide. Simpson with the dink inside the area. But at the back post. Well, Lewis skying that one. And then another chance here. Binns forcing a save from Watkins, who had a spectacular evening between the sticks for Tivoli Gardens. And then Binns with a wonderful ball inside on a platter to Bradford. Couldn't quite readjust to guide that on target. Fletcher again with the ball inside the area, and there was Donata Thomas looking to get on the end of that one, hitting the bar. And Tivoli Gardens looking to get something in the second half. But Waterhouse had the chances again. Fletcher through on goal, again denied by Watkins. And then Binns, the ball inside the area. And Bradford with another big opportunity converting that one wide. The rains came, made it a little bit more difficult for the players. Bradford with a hit, Watkins with a save again. And that was that for this one.
Performance was important for the team today. As a senior player, I have to dig deep and work hard as usual and try to encourage the youngsters as well. Yeah, that gave us the victory today.
And there's had to be some rotation in the back line, especially with this long injury of Elvis Wilson, who would be a normal centre-back in the team. But how do you think your Waterhouse team has stood up defensively just generally through the season, with all of the changes and adversity?
Well, we have to adjust to the situation. Somebody out, somebody have to fill in. Yeah, and whoever playing now, they're doing well. So we have to just give thanks and just continue.
It's a hard one to settle it. As we said, we talked to them that the first game of the bowling game, we start out a very flat game, and we said to them that we want to start a better game in the first half of this game. Unfortunately, we never start a very good game. You know, the first half, what you can say, Waterhouse dominate. We played a little up and down, but nevertheless, Waterhouse get a chance, score in the first half, and we did not get scored in the end of the half them, so Waterhouse win.
Yeah, when we spoke before the game, you said the problem for Tivoli has been goal scoring, not creating the opportunities. In the Link Cup, yes. But again today, not many chances created at all. Yeah. Tommy Lawrence and Fuller up front were starved of supply.
I think one of the things is because we changed our game. We started to play a bag of long ball, and it wasn't working for us, you know. So we said to them that, listen, we keep trying the long ball and it's not working, but we don't knock the ball around. Because every time we knock the ball around, we pull Waterhouse wide, but unfortunately, it just never did work today.
Yeah, we have to give mention to the team in terms of how well we were structured today and how well we defended. They tried to overload on their left side. We had done some work on that, and it paid dividends today. We stifled them in terms of their creativity in getting the balls to the centre forward. So, I mean, we did well on that defensively. Offensively today, though, I think we should have finished the game in terms of the chances we got in the run-up plays. But it is football.
You said about your homework, and we noticed as well, obviously, Odin Pennycook was missing their captain. And we noticed you concentrated majority of your attacks with Fletcher and company on the left-hand side of your forward line, the right-hand side of their defense. Was that a plan as well?
Yeah, it was a plan. It was a plan. But most time you make plans, the players have to execute. And as I said earlier in the interview, it's about execution. And execution in terms of offensive and also defensive. So today was a very teamwork. It was very good for us today.
We noticed as well on the team sheet, obviously, you list your formation as 4-2-2-2, which would suggest a lot of spinal play, but really and truly it's more of a 4-2-3-1 with the wide players, especially Fletcher and company, to give you the width. Do you think that works even better?
Honestly, we don't play that, but I mean, in truth, I don't know, somebody might thought that's what I was playing, but definitely not. Kudos to Fletcher and also Denardo Thomas. They did excellent today, especially on the counter-attack. So our transition was very good today, it's just that we didn't score.
Results from the untelevised matches are Mount Pleasant blanked Tivoli United 5-0, Humble Iron demolished the already relegated Chapelton Maroons 4-0, and Montego Bay United clipped Falkland FC 2-1. The top five remain the same just as last week. Cavalier, Arnett Gardens, Mount Pleasant, Harbourview and Humble Iron, and Waterhouse now jumps to sit in the final playoff spot in 6th position. That's all we have for you this week. This has been JPL in 30 on your home of champions, SportsMax. Tune in next week for Matchweek 24 highlights of the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel.